Yo, in today's video, we'll be looking at creepy and strange TikToks that are going to make you question reality. Oh snap, they saying that's a what? Wonder what they blocking. Y'all ever seen the movie Transporter? You know what I'm saying? That's what they did in Transporter. They say it's nothing new under the sun. Everything been here except them. As people.
No, it was not. Yo. Is it? I don't fucking. I see a light pole though. Like. You don't see a fucking light pole. How you need your Look. I'm zooming in. It's a light.
When you're on a high vibration, you'll notice that people around you will start to expose themselves, especially if they're on a lower level. And if they have hidden agenda or certain motives that you didn't know about, it will all be revealed to you. Have you ever been talking to somebody, whether it was somebody you like, a new friend, a coworker, and when they come to you, it seems like they tell you all of their deepest, darkest secrets, everything they've been through, all of their trauma, as if they knew you their whole life. The reason this happens is because the energy that you withhold is very powerful. Everything is energy. I say this in damn near all my videos. Even if you're on the enlightenment frequency and somebody else is on the joy frequency or the anger frequency or the neutral frequency, certain information about them will be revealed to you because you have that brighter light. So you bring anything that they're either hiding, suppressing, or scared to talk about to the surface. That's why certain folks don't like to be around you, because you make them feel insecure. You make them feel less than, which exposes who they really are, because you'll start to notice that they're moving funny. They're acting weird whenever somebody bring you up. They hate when you get all the attention by just being yourself. All of that. Shoot, there was hella times I'll meet somebody, they'll tell me some shit I didn't even ask for it. They'll give me information on things that I never even thought of asking them. And shoot, if you ask me, that just made my job easier. Cause then now I'll know if I need to step away from you or not. So if you can relate to this, and you can scam people without even trying, let me know in the comment section. Spiritually.
Conspiracy theorists watching it all come true, and the government followers. Very true. Very true.
This is what I mean when I say they love to put the truth in plain sight. Check this out.
Man, that's the best idea since they faked the moon landing. Okay, cut.
What are they trying to tell y'all?
All right.
Wow, Neil Armstrong. Hey, wait a minute. You're supposed to be on the moon. I just saw it on TV.
Oh, there's a tape delay and with all solar winds.
Right in your face. But if that wasn't enough for you, here's NASA stating they lost all the telemetry data from the moon landing.
It was all recorded on these telemetry tapes. So where is this hard evidence?
I haven't seen anything that indicates the telemetry data is even in existence. And as I said, even if we had it, we don't have the machines to play it back.
Exactly.
But your own research has shown the telemetry data is missing.
That's right.
If it's anywhere, it should be here at NASA's Goddard Space Center in Maryland, home to the National Space Science Data Archives.
This film you're making now, what is it? Does it have a name? I mean, do you have a name for it yet, or
You call it Did We Go?
Did we go? Okay.
Doesn't have it either. The Smithsonian doesn't have it. Johnson doesn't have it.
Right. We've been unable to track it down. I mean, we don't know where this telemetry data ended up, and we don't know what path it may have taken.
Gee, you go all the way to the moon, supposedly. You go to the moon, one of the biggest missions ever, and you just lose the data. You just lost it.
So, unfortunately, I'm afraid I can't really give you much of a clue as to where this data ended up and whether it's.
And shadows don't lie. NASA does. Like, this is strange. But what do you guys think about this? Y'all let me know in the comments. Don't forget to like, follow me, and share this. Let's get this out to the people. And like always, God bless.
Look, them boys some actors. Y'all remember, right? Well, I can't say I remember. Some people might remember, but I wasn't around at that time. So I remember watching the video. But I watched the video when they supposedly went to the moon. And as soon as they got there, they radioed the White House. Or, no, they called on the phone to the White House from the moon. Tell me how that makes sense.
One, and you got two, and you got three. You can see it right now.
Hey, so look, y'all notice how he moving the camera around and you see the reflection, which is reverse of what you're seeing right there. And the reflection's moving. But what's right there ain't really moving.
That shit, man, wow.
Oh, I just seen the whole eye.
See little things flying through the sky. They say it's 2 moons. It's 2 invisible orbs. I ain't gonna say invisible, but I don't know what they are.
What did my husband catch while zoomed in?
It's beginning. I'm here in Texas. I'm giving y'all an update. Look at that shadow. Did you see that? I know y'all seen that, bro. That big shadow that was moving through the sky. I don't know what that is.
What the fuck is that?
What the hell?
What the fuck was that?
What the fuck?
What
You saw that? What the fuck was that?
Yo, for real, I'll be tweaking out.
Alright. That's weird. What's that?
You see that? What is that? That's another one of them orbs. That's what's eclipsing the sun.
UFO.
Let me know what y'all think that is.
Hey, what the fuck?
Hey, it was cloudy in Texas too.
Hey, it was just 2 like. It's 2 figures in the air.
Yeah, you seen
It's 2
it?
figures in the air. It's 3. Hey, it's like 4 on, bro.
See, and what he just said, right? We watched a video in one of the last videos, right? Where it showed that the people went on the airline and they had recorded the eclipse from on the airplane. And you seen like the 4 orbs, you know, moving in opposition of the sun and one of them covering the sun for the eclipse.
It's like 4 suns lined up.
Total lunar eclipse. What? What's that though? I wonder what that is. Little red orb glowing. Is that the sun? Is that supposed to be the eclipse? I'm just confused because it's so far away. Now it's gone.
This is not the sun. This is not the sun. And that's being eclipsed. That's the object that I be catching that's orbiting with the sun. Yes, oh my people, that's the object that I catch orbiting with the sun. That's not the sun, people. Come on, man. This is not the sun. You see that bright light to the right where it's heading toward? Watch this. Come on. Look at how it just blended. Oh my gosh. Look at that. That is not the sun that this is being eclipsed on. OMG. You bastards. They lie.
This is so cool.
Now that's crazy.
What is that?
That one was wild.
If the eclipse is right here, yeah, then why is the moon over there? Oh, what? How does that happen?
We're in the middle.
But look, the moon is right there in front of the sun. Wait, but the moon is over here. Why is the moon right there if it's supposed to be in front of the sun? Here, I'm using these right here. That's insane.
So what eclipsed the sun, guys?
If the moon is right there in front of the sun, then why is it over there? That can't be, or the flat, I don't know, or the flat earthers, right?
We are.
I discovered that the chicken was not a natural bird. That it was
a chicken looked like a dinosaur to me. What y'all think a chicken look like? It don't look like a bird. Like, what birds can't fly? Penguins smell like fish. I don't know if penguins are birds either.
Crossbreed between an African jungle fowl and a buzzard or a vulture. I was shocked. See, the buzzard eats everything and anything, and it had the most incredible tasting meat on the earth. Because it ate everything. It had every flavor built into its flesh. Because you are what you eat, so the buzzard was what it ate. Everything. The African jungle fowl only ate grain, and it also ate food that was left over in the villages in Africa. But it wasn't afraid of humans. So it wasn't domesticated, but it wasn't afraid. But its meat tasted terrible. So they figured that it was very hard to catch the vulture and eat him. This is way back in the day. But if they took a jungle fowl and a vulture and somehow got them to go out on a date, then they would come up with a brand new bird. The chicken.
The chicken.
Well, the chicken was an albino bird that does not live in nature by itself. You'll never find a chicken anywhere in the world running around. Only on farms. You have to change the biochemistry of things that are natural. The chicken is not natural. It doesn't run away. It doesn't fight for itself. The turkey is natural. The turkey fights. In fact, the turkey will break its eggs. That's why you don't see turkey eggs at the grocery store. They can't get to them. Okay?
Yo, we've been eating some fake chicken. Fake bird, fake fowl, whatever it is. Oh my gosh, I never really thought about that. Thought about it like that, right? Like you never see a chicken out in public. You'll see ducks or any other birds, but never a chicken because it's not a real thing. Man, I don't know what we be eating out here, man. No Diddy.
If you own a Roku TV, tell me you've checked out the screensavers that come across the TV when you leave it on for a little too long. It is so many subliminal messages within this screensaver. It is wild. And I'm not talking about the Easter eggs, aka the hidden messages that Roku puts in there. I know there's over 30 movie references within this screensaver. However, if you're anything like me, I can't even go to the movies now without decoding and finding hidden messages, because we know that subliminals are in everything. They showed y'all that with that Nickelodeon documentary. So now, as far as this screensaver goes, I found a whole lot a whole lot of subliminal messages.
Mm-hmm.
But it's too many to point out in one video. So I'm just going to go over a few of them with y'all. But I really, really want y'all to get in the comments and let me know what I missed. Because I know there's going to be some that I missed. Something very, very, very important. Let me know. It took me like 30 minutes one night to decode this. Because I was stuck. I was just like, what am I looking at? And I didn't know at first that this was like a whole scavenger hunt. But even with me knowing that, I'm like, nah. It's something a little deeper to this. Because I can never just look at something surface level. So if you one of those people, please get up off my page. I ain't got time to be going back and forth with you in the comments. But for my deep thinkers, let's decode this. And like I said, I'm going to need y'all help with this because I know I'm not calling everything out. But let's just start with what I see. Let's talk about the sky, though. Like, did you see all the planets back there? The buildings, you know, it looks like, first of all, these buildings look abandoned. Like, what they trying to sell us? Then you see boats sinking in the water. You see a submarine. We all know what happened with the submarine. Then you see like the Eiffel Tower. You see the London's Eye, aka the Ferris wheel. Military helicopters. The Star Wars Death Star reference. The Back to the Future reference. And just remember, connect the dots on these movies, like and what they're about. The messages behind the movies. The boat with shark fin that may be representing Jaws. I don't know. One thing about it, I love cruising, but I think I'm going to stay up out that water this year. I don't trust it. It's too many things happening on that water. And then seeing this, they can have it. That's not fear, that's being aware. Let's be clear. I could really be a rapper. The clock and then the time on the clock looks like it's about 10:58 or 10:59, not quite 11. We got to figure out what's going on with that time. As well as the clock. Well, we know the clock pretty much means time is running out.
Doomsday clock.
Volcano erupting. The dragon above it, or that signifies the dragon energy. Don't think I didn't see that bridge back there too. All these bridges. There's a possible Kong versus Godzilla reference. You got aliens, you got UFOs, you got possible Spider-Man or Superman or some kind of man swinging from one of these buildings. Y'all, we'll be here all night decoding this, but the kicker, let me just tell y'all the kicker. This is what lets me know there's more subliminal messages outside of the scavenger hunt they got everybody on. When the Alabama riverboat fight happened, tell me why. Y'all know the riverboat that we can see in the screensaver currently? Why don't folks put the chair on the riverboat? Now, we all know this legendary chair from the riverboat fight.
Wow.
Roku, y'all are messy as hell. I can see the moon, possibly 2 suns, or maybe just one. I don't know. I could be reaching. Even counting the structures on the building, a lot of them are in pairs of 3s or 6, possibly even 9. Y'all know 3, 6, 9. Up near the clock, I don't know if those are gargoyles, but if they are, I kind of imagine what that signifies. And I thought we was done with her for the Super Bowl, but we have to see her name once again on something. Taylor Swift and the Eras Tour, Taylor's version. Yeah, we need to figure out the connection on that one. Okay, y'all, I'm going to chill for now because I think I done decoded enough. I'm going to leave the rest to y'all. For all the Delulus out there who's ready to defend Roku and scavenger hunt and all that and say there's no subliminal messages, please keep scrolling. This is not the channel for you, sweetie pie. Okay? Peace, love, and light. Gratitude for watching.
So do y'all think there's anything bigger to the Roku screensaver? And if so, let me know what you guys think it really is. I don't have Roku, so I've only seen that screensaver a few times.
Most of these wishes will never be granted?
Yet I still protect them like all the others.
Can't you just give them back instead?
Excuse me?
The wishes you're not going to grant, you could just give them back. Then, I don't know, the people can try to pursue them themselves. You know, if they're dangerous, then they can be stopped. But if they're not...
You've completely missed the point. People come here because they know they can't make their own dreams come true. The journey is too hard, it is too unfair. They give their wishes to me, willingly, and I make it so they forget their worries.
You make it so they forget the most beautiful part of themselves. And they don't know what they're missing. But you do. And now I do. It's not fair. My Saba is good. The people of Rosas are good. They deserve more than...
I decide what everyone deserves.
Mireille, sorry to interrupt, but it's time for the ceremony.
Okay.
Here we go with the weird shit again. Y'all see that shit?
That's Can you imagine? Bunch of little birds just circling your car.
Pete, within the last couple years, y'all, the animals in the water been doing this weird shit, bro. Y'all seen the videos I put up about the whales?
I wonder what it's for, though.
I really feel like there's something up with our magnetic field, Joe. Now look at this shit.
Oh my god. It's everywhere.
I know y'all remember this video. And this one, shit just keep getting more and more weird by the day. Oh my god!
They sure do. The whole world.
This video is not intended for infringement. This is for entertainment and educational purposes only. Yo.
Super Facts TV.
Super Facts. And today, we're going to get a little deeper than usual. You know, this is things that need to be said. Who you see on the screen is Dr. Malachi Z. York and Brother Rashad Jamal. And these two guys is incarcerated right now just on the strength that these guys have been sent to us for certain things. And I've been doing research on these guys and all the intergalactic cosmic knowledge and teachings and everything that they talk about will go over the average people's head right now. Because I was at first. Because Dr. Malachi York, I researched him first. And the things he was talking about was going over my head. And I feel like, make a long story short, the knowledge that they was talking about is what we really need to be talking about nowadays. Fuck Diddy, forget the bridges that crashed, forget the train wrecks, and this eclipse is going to bring something else to the thing. But one thing I really never, out of all the knowledge that they talk about the Anunnakis and everything, the cosmic intergalactic knowledge that they teach, they reference the globe Earth theory.
They do.
You know, I never heard them say nothing about the flat Earth. You know, and I'm not a flat earther, but I just got to say this. All the things that's going on, we got to look at this. Now, you seen the first picture I showed. Now, this is us in the middle. They saying in a flat earth, this is how this works. You know, we in the middle, then there's an ice wall around us, there's another ice wall, it's continents around other ice walls and all of that, right? But if you do research, some of these continents that you see on outside of the ice walls is, you know, named after our so-called planets. The land of Mars, the land of Neptune, the land of an Anunnaki. And this one is one bigger than that. And all these continents had done, like, this is the middle. We in the middle of all this, like the first picture, right? So we got to ask ourselves, what's going on? What if, let's just play a game of what if it's really like this? Like I said, I'm not a flat earther, but we got to look at the possibilities on everything that's going on right now. Because this eclipse is going to bring out something more than control, more, it's going to go over the control. What's the main two things that they use to control us? Money and religion. And this cosmic intergalactic knowledge that we all need, that these brothers were trying to teach, we need to get on that now. And we automatically, a lot of people, the chosen ones going to automatically wake up to it. We already hip. Now, they supposed to be shooting rockets at this eclipse. Why would they be doing it? I'm seeing a lot of, you know, the last year or so, whatever, we've been seeing a whole lot of like crazy stuff on TikTok and stuff like 3 moons, 3 suns and all that stuff. And some of them continents outside of them ice walls got different moons and different suns. Now, if they want to say the round globe theory, that Antarctica is the bottom of everything, and the ice shelves is melting, and all this and all that going on, right? Now, what if the earth is really flat and these ice walls and all this stuff is melting? Because they saying all these continents and stuff got domes over all of them. There's one big dome over everything. So what if the ice walls is melting on all of them? And they say water is the only way. You can't penetrate the dome, so water is the only way all this stuff is connected. So what if them ice walls is melting? And that's why we're seeing a large presence of aliens and all these different. It was a lady that was in the edge of Argentina, a scientist, and she was saying that it was in the waters out there, in the ocean out there, and they were saying they seen some species of fishes and all type of stuff that they never seen before. That's why we got mermaids and it's so much going on. But I'm just saying I need y'all to look up Malachi York and Brother Rashad Jamal and Bro Sanchez too, and start looking up. We got to start getting past this and using our intergalactic cosmic minds. It's bigger than what we think. I know I might sound crazy to y'all and all this stuff, but I was just wondering. I'm not a flat earther, none of that. But let me know what y'all think about April the 8th.
Listen, man, Mubs always want to say, I'm not a flat earther though. But hey, I'm not a flat earther, but what if? Listen, what if NASA came out today and put out an article that said the earth is actually flat and has zero evidence? Every globed earther out there would change their mind just like that. They'd just change it because NASA said so. Now the textbooks are going to say that the earth's flat, and yeah, the flat earthers were right the whole time. That's all they waiting on. They just waiting on somebody bigger. They waiting on Big Brother to confirm it for them. That's all. They don't want to look crazy to Big Brother by saying, I believe the earth's flat. Did you see those three things? Look, 1, 2, 3, 4.
I don't know why that's happening right now. I'm using a welding mask. What is happening right now? I'm just putting my phone on the welding mask, so I don't know if it's like electromagnetic energy coming at us right now, being pulsed.
Telling you, man, there was something else up there. Something else eclipsing the sun.
Now, we got another chance.
What?
We got another chance. We got another chance to be better. We got another chance to. We could do anything, man. Yeah. Yeah, I'm on one.
Man, why is Diddy running around screaming he on one? He got another chance and he thanking God. Man, what's going on?
God gave us that. When he woke us up this morning, he gave us another chance. It's not over.
Hey, by him saying that, man, you know how like at the award shows and stuff, all of these celebrities and people in Hollywood, the first person that they always have to thank is God. Not their mama, their daddy. No, God. All right. Who is this God? Because people could worship different gods, you know what I mean? And how would you know? Because they're just putting a cover label over them all as God, right? So when he's saying God gave him another chance, who's the God that he's talking about? Who is his God? And that's the thing, man. We don't know who these people's gods are, who they be praying to, and you know what I'm saying, who they be doing all of these rituals and things for. So keep that in mind.
He gave us another chance, man. And we got another chance. Thank you, God, for today. I'm on one. I'm on one. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Hey, yo, check this out. Woo, I just start that thing that you've been in limbo about, have that conversation. You got another chance to forgive somebody. You have another chance to share. And the spirit just hit me, and I'm like, man, you know something we all got right now? We gotta.
Let me be that dude. The retired coastie to tell you, ain't no way, boy. Ain't no way that no tanker ship is gonna crash into no bridge at night by mistake. Question to all my coasties out there: where the pilot boat at? And where the tugboats at? And where's the horn? The warning, the crash warning before it hits. I ain't hear no warning. I ain't hear no nothing.
Look at that. Look, it went straight into the bridge. They say the stage is set, huh? You know, I was always wondering what like major things cross this bridge and how they're gonna get across there now. Someone was saying it's fuel. Uh-oh, start. Whoa, whoa. Magnetic Stargate? What was that? They have found Stargates all over. I gotta go watch the movie Stargate now, or the show. I only watched like the first episode. That's a creepy little prison, or whatever this place is. I wouldn't want to go there.
This is what the sun shadow looks like in Chicago. You can see that's normal. It's not really that normal. Let me see.
That's normal.
That's normal, and then you move this way.
And it's not normal.
That's not
Look
normal.
at that. Something weird about this eclipse.
Did y'all see this right here? Look at the shadow of the plane right there. Kind of weird, huh?
That is a little weird that you can see the shadow of the plane on the clouds or on whatever else is up there. The firmament, they say, right? So is the plane flying above the sun?
And speaking of shadows, look right here at this right here.
Yeah, that one's got a shadow as well. What's the shadow being cast to? Is it all the other stuff that's in the sky? All the other stuff they've been spraying? Or is it the dome? What y'all think, man? What's that shadow getting cast onto? Nah, no way. Look at that. I'd be tripping. It's in another country, I think, too. Where did they go? Yep, something went. That's a portal. That's literally a portal. And something went into it, and it closes. Yeah, there's drawings of stuff like this. You know, like old, really old drawings that people have had, and they've said they've seen stuff like this. that's a real portal?
Go ahead and try it. Can you try to say it though? Go ahead.
You say it first.
Kinnininigan. Go ahead.
I can't say it. I know I can't
say Kinnininigan.
I can't. But I know what I am.
What? I know.
But do you know what you are?
Say it one more time, please. I just. Wait a minute. Can you go on camera?
What, your chat's gonna go?
Can you go on camera?
Go crazy,
please.
No.
Why is that? Then I gotta block you because you are a lizard, and we know you are.
So are you.
Oh, she says, so are you. What? So the lizard calling us lizards now. What are we really? I mean, we do got scaly skin, you know what I'm saying? I don't know. Can y'all say it? Kinnininigan. Just had to let y'all know. I'm not one of them.
Something very different and eerie about this election cycle. Have you noticed what it is? I've been following elections since a very young age, about the age of 12, which I know is quite strange.
Just a little bit.
But around that age, I started to get very interested in politics and follow every presidential cycle very closely. So this is now the 5th one I've been through.
You need to work for Congress.
Close attention. And I've noticed something extremely odd. The first thing I've noticed is we are well into the season. We are very close. And there is no campaigning going on.
Hey, yo. I was thinking about that too. I'm like, yo, I really haven't seen them campaigning. Like, it's this year, right? 2024. And there ain't really been nothing going on. You know, little jabs here and there, but nothing crazy.
None whatsoever. And I've also noticed that the news cycle is not dominated by the story of this election. Which begs the question, do they anticipate that they need to campaign for it? It almost seems as if they already know the end before the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
It's almost as if they're not even concerned at all about the outcome because they already know what the outcome is going to be. There's something going on here. And to me, it's quite obvious.
Now, here in the East Coast of the United States, the point of operation will be Atlanta because it's the highest city in the East that will be safe from the changing coastline.
What?
Here in the
Atlanta? Atlantis? The highest city? I didn't know that. That's why Travis got the highest in the room? Well, no, he ain't even from there. He from like Texas or something.
The new capital of the United States will be Denver, Colorado. Denver has been set up, and they are actually moving things. It has been activated, just so you know, which is why we have many federal units moving in here, as well as departments and agencies. They're all here, and more are coming, so it's been activated. I'm not aware that you know this, but for the last 4.5 to 5 years, they have been moving the National Archives out of Washington, D.C. to Colorado. 18-wheelers go in under DIA, Denver International Airport, and some things are being stored here. Others are being moved to other locations using the underground tram system. So there's quite a bit going on, and things have been, the timeline has been moved up. In Europe, nations are preparing the best that they can. In England, I know that they are moving equipment to the north of Great Britain. They have many underground facilities there. They're doing the very best they can. However, it's an island. I don't know how well it's going to deal with that.
Yo, what's going on, man? We moving to Denver?
These are all dead jellyfish, you guys. What is going on? All of these. Look at this.
That's a jellyfish? I didn't know that's what they look like.
This
out
is
the water.
It's so sad.
That is. That's crazy. Dang.
This is so sad.
Whole coastline full of them. I wonder what happened there. Y'all, I was just so upset. I thought I just deleted the video. But I did, but it's being recovered right now. Some software I had to download. I was so hot, y'all. I almost broke my microphone and everything. But we're back. I'm gonna go ahead and finish this video. Shout out to the software that I used to recover everything.
Y'all, I jumped on this trend, and now I don't know how to feel. Look at this. Now, I took all these pictures today, and I just adjusted the lighting a little bit as I went. Just like they did as the trend, I turned random things up and down. Now, up until this point, I was like, you know, I don't know what I'm doing this for. But once I got to this point, I didn't even know what to think, y'all. I'm like, what in my camera would put a computer chip looking? This is
a perfect
crazy.
square.
Like, I don't even know what to think no more. I've been out here sun gazing, and does this not remind y'all of the fake sun that China launched?
Yeah.
Grid light pattern. So I had to hop on this trend when I saw people adjusting the settings in their cameras, and they started seeing all these crazy things in the sky. And then I'm looking at this tree, and I'm like, okay,
this is crazy.
So the tree doesn't have.
So this is weird. This is a building that collapsed in Taiwan from the earthquake the other day, and I'll show you a picture of the street sign momentarily. Hold on. Crazy. So this is the building that was collapsed, and this is the road sign. Remember this. Remember. So I have a question. What day was the earthquake again? And why would this be posted in 2018 have this and this together? Like, explain it. Please, someone explain it. Is it like a coincidence? Pretty weird.
That is strange.
If you live in America, I want to tell you that this video here is for you.
Ukraine will become a member of NATO. Our purpose at the summit is to help build a bridge to that membership.
The United States decided to make Ukraine a part of NATO. For those of you guys that don't know, Ukraine is currently under attack and at war with Russia. If Ukraine becomes part of NATO, that means America now will be at war with Russia and China and all of its allies. We are officially looking at a potential World War III, and it honestly feels like it's just one thing after another, and that's what it's been seeming like ever since COVID. And this news here could not have been any worse. The US dollar is collapsing, inflation is at an all-time high, and the US is treating its own people worse than the stepchild.
Ain't that messed up though? And he got it right though. Ever since COVID, man, it's been a lot of crazy stuff going on, man. Anybody else felt that way? Comment down below, man. Ever since COVID, has your life been feeling just weird?
Okay, I just found something else insane about the eclipse. How many coincidences do we need? So do you remember a couple days ago when there was those really bad storms, bad tornadoes, all that? Remember this path. See that same path? Listen to what the meteorologist says. This is actually bizarre. Again, he sees weather every day, and this is bizarre to him. And I'm not just saying that. This will be one of the more notable severe storms nights in March in recent memory. In the past hour, over 16,000 individual lightning bolts from western New York to northeast Texas, spanning 1,200 miles. Again, in the same exact path as the eclipse. And here is another glimpse of it in the same exact path. And this storm was so dangerous. And again, it connects at the New Madrid fault line and also at the gravity low. Now, if there was some kind of cataclysm at this New Madrid fault line, guess what? Scientists already drew up what it would look like. And this right here is what they believe the outcome would be.
Yo, take a look at that, y'all. Do you think you'd be safe where you live right now? Yo, it's a lot of places that would be washed up if this was like to really happen. Like the whole West Coast is gone. There's a couple islands out there. That mug gone. We'd be safe in Illinois for the most part. I mean, Chicago. Dang, Chicago gone, basically.
Here, I'll give you a second. Is your new location in the ocean, in a river, or on land? Let me know in the comments. Me over here, I got a new beach lawn 20 minutes from the house. But if you're over here, and all this controversy going on with Texas right now, they'd be the best place on the map. Y'all, I think this is a warning. I didn't think anything was going to happen. I really didn't. I thought it was a sign of judgment from God. But I don't know now. I mean, you got National Guard, them warning people to get flashlights and batteries and water and all this stuff. I don't know. It is 2024, and with the first quarter of the year, I would not be surprised. David Shane, you better be recording this for us.
Can people see this? Look at this. Look at the amount of fish. That's millions and millions. This is like, where did it come from? That's the middle of the desert.
Where did this come from?
And this is, they're trying to get up. That's the fish there, look. Look at that. You can't. This world is amazing, isn't it? Look at them going across on the road. They're getting through. They're trying to get up and go. It's so beautiful. I'll be soon at Tennant Creek. This is the middle of us. Look at the birds going in for a feed. Oh man. The thing that's got me is where did this fish all come from?
Where the water coming from?
Well guys, love yous and I gotta leave yous because I gotta get to the desert. I'm in the desert, I'm going to another desert. Gotcha.
In the middle of the desert, you got random fish popping up.
Listen to what Jim Carrey just said.
I've had some challenges in the last couple of years myself. Ultimately, I believe that suffering leads to salvation. We have to somehow accept and not deny, but feel our suffering. And then we make one of two decisions. We either decide to go through the gate of resentment, which leads to vengeance, which leads to self-harm, which leads to harm to others, or we go through the gate of forgiveness, which leads to grace. Just as Christ did on the cross. He suffered terribly, and he was broken by it. To look upon the people who were causing that suffering, or the situation that was causing that suffering, with compassion and with forgiveness. And that's what opens the gates of heaven for all of us.
Bob Ross could actually be a serial killer. As we all know, Bob Ross is a world-famous painter who is known for his gentle and calm demeanor when he paints. But many people theorize that Bob Ross might not be as innocent as he seems. Many people believe that Bob Ross has a dark side that he tries to hide with his calm and innocent personality that he portrays. Many people believe this because some of the landscapes that Bob Ross paints are oddly familiar to crime scenes where dead bodies have been found. Like, for example, there's a painting that Bob Ross named Happy Little Accidents. The painting coincidentally matches up to where authorities found 5 female bodies that were half-eaten and deceased. And there have been more instances of this, like a painting that Bob Ross named Betrayal and another one that he named Greed. Both of these paintings look identical to crime scenes where dead bodies have been found with missing limbs. And due to all the evidence, many people speculate that Bob Ross was a serial killer that painted the locations of where he buried his victims. But what do you think? Was Bob Ross a serial killer? Press share, click on more, and click Google Maps to see where the crime scene is.
Yo, what if he is serial man?
Jesus did not die for your sins. He died trying to show you that the church was worshiping Satan and the empire was farming you like an animal. The same church and empire that assassinated him by crucifixion. The same church and empire that rewrote the book that you read today that you think is the truth. Those who follow the blood of Christ doctrine, believing that Jesus died and shed his blood to wash away your sins, disrespect everything Jesus actually did for you. Do me a favor and go back in that book, because there is some good parts, and read the story again. The people he was telling you were evil, the same people that killed him, the same people that rewrote the book that you read out of, you worship and follow. You worship and follow their version of the Christ story. They assassinated him. They're lying to you. Jesus came here to give you the truth, that our institutions are corrupt. And Jesus also told you what you needed to do to fix that, to do far greater things than he.
This has to be the most explosive thing that's came out on the Diddy case.
And so you get these people in compromising situations.
So Jesse Waters, longtime notable Fox anchor, is on the PBD podcast, which, by the way, shout out to Patrick Bet-David for having Waters on in this type of environment, like a podcast type of feel. This was a great guest to have. And they start with talking about how P. Diddy's bodyguard was like, yep, there was musicians there, there was princes there, there was politicians there.
He also had a couple of preachers in there.
Oh, damn. And then Pat kicks the story to Jesse Waters, and Jesse says what so many of us crazy tinfoil hat wearing conspiracy theorists has been saying for years.
It wasn't just this guy that was saying it. Lil Rod, the former producer, filed the lawsuit, and he said every room in Diddy's mansions were wired with cameras. And he had some of the footage, he had some of the pictures, and he displayed those in the lawsuit that came out. And this was used for blackmail material. They'd bring in these people. A lot of these people were also aspiring young artists in the music industry. And then these parties were sponsored by Motown Records CEO, Universal Records CEO. This goes all the way to the top. And so you get these people in compromising situations. The drinks were laced. The videotapes were hot. And then at the end of the day, you wake up the next morning, what did I do? And then they have compromising material on you. And then they can guide your career. They could kill your career, but they got you. And it wasn't just people in the music business. As you said, there were athletes, there were celebrities, there were politicians, people from the royal family. And we were also told by the former bodyguard that Diddy was an FBI informant. Whoa. So he was a snitch and was feeding information to the feds. And we don't know what that means. We haven't been able to confirm it, but even Little Rod said it's not just like Epstein. It could be worse.
Remember that whole term that we're not allowed to say online? You're going to have to figure this one out. But aluminum Bugatti, obviously incredibly explosive. But what's interesting to me is that he said allegedly Diddy could be an FBI informant. And if that's the case, that whole thing that happened was staged. There's a lot of interesting things going on right now with him. I mean, here he is in Florida randomly. After all that happened, he's just like smiling and shit.
Down here at Pura Vida by my pad, run into the man right here. What's up? Miami's like that. Yeah. It's a movie.
Almost like he made some type of deal. He's insulated, but everybody else, we're going to find out. The year of exposure and justice. God bless you and have a good day.
Dang, so they say your boy Diddy working for the feds. He got everybody on camera, got evidence on everybody. That's why he out here smiling. He like, whatever, what y'all gonna do? I'm gonna release the tapes. Controlling the weather.
Yo, I don't know what's going on, but look, it's just a sidewalk full of birds. They're not even moving. Some are alive.
I ain't never been able to do
that one just flew up to the window, but he's not even moving. But there's just a sidewalk full of dead freaking birds.
You know, the people that be saying birds aren't real.
I don't know what's going on, but
that's a lot of dead
I'm about
birds.
to get the hell out of here.
Yeah, I would too.
They have been desensitizing us since we were born. And I'll give you some examples. Let's start with the big one. Let's start with words we hear all the time and never even think about. Let's start with the word entertainment. To entertain. What does that mean? To bind or hold. To bind or hold what? An audience's attention. Okay, now let's take the word Hollywood. Where does that come from? Well, Hollywood comes from the holly tree. And the ancient Druids, back in the day, used to take the holly tree, make wands to weave spells, cast spells, or channel spells. And when they needed help, they would consult the magi's or the mediums of the day to help channel their spells to the population. We'll cut to today. What do we have in our houses? We have these black boxes. What are they called? TVs. But if you stop and you say the word television, and when you turn on that television, what do you get? What's the first thing that pops up? A list of channels. And when you turn on those channels, what's on those channels? Programming. They are programming you. They've been programming your whole life. You don't even know it. They do it with your music. They do it with your TV. They do it with your movies. They do it with your games. They have been programming us and programming you since you were little, and you don't even know it because you don't even question it.
Dang, man. Start programming me with the old 64.
All right, buckle up. CERN is going live for a test on Monday, April 8th. There's a total solar eclipse the same day. So what's up? The history of CERN, their motives, what they've admitted to what they're looking to do, and all the way down to their rituals or even specific geographic location. So again, what's going on? The world's largest particle accelerator is scheduled to smash protons together this Monday, coincident with the, quote, Great North American solar eclipse, one that we won't see again for over 300 years. So why are they doing it? Well, they say they're searching for dark matter and the God particle, the glue that holds this universe together. You know, and I believe that's something that they're searching for. But I think there's other things at play as well. Years ago, then Director of Research and Scientific Computing was quoted when referring to dimensional doors created by the collider. He said that out of this door might come something, or we might sense something through it. I'll get back to that in a minute. Then there's the location. The location in Geneva, Switzerland. The collider ring runs through a town called Saint-Genis-Pouilly, or however the French say it. In Roman times, it was called Apolliacum, the town and temple being dedicated to Apollyon. Apollyon, the Greek name meaning destroyer, given in Revelation 9:11 for the angel of the bottomless pit. Abaddon in Hebrew. Curious location for an organization who also has a statue of Shiva, the god of destruction, on their compound. The text in Revelation 9 describes the fifth angel and the key to the bottomless pit. It goes on to describe the horrors of what comes out of that pit, and it ends at verse 11. And they had a king over them, which is the angel of the bottomless pit, whose name in the Hebrew tongue is Abaddon, but in the Greek tongue is the name Apollyon. So I said before, CERN's in search of the God particle, the makeup of our existence. They've also admitted that they may open dimensional doors and not know what or understand what comes through. Did you know that during the crucifixion of Jesus Christ, there was a massive earthquake and the sun went dark? See, as much as CERN is trying to find the particles of what holds all of this together, I believe they're also trying to access the spiritual realm. Not an alternate reality, not a multiverse. I don't believe those exist. And they don't either. But they want to open up the pit. And I also think they want to break into the heavenly realm. Maybe nothing. Could be something. Too much going on to ignore it, though. The eclipse, CERN, NASA rockets. I mean, hey, if there's a massive earthquake on Monday, right? As for me and my house, we will serve the Lord.
Well, put on your seatbelts, y'all. This looks like the big one they've been warning us about for the last 20 years. Today, the White House was asked directly about this. They refused to confirm nor deny. Also, the Russians said this today. And there are reports from people that there are Russian tanks in Syria on the border with Israel right now. So it looks like a two-front deal. Not good, especially considering that our current administration sold out all of our oil reserves, has made Iran extremely wealthy by handing them billions and billions of dollars over the last few years, and has allowed them to arm themselves in a way that they have never been armed. So here we go, y'all. It's the war they've been telling us about, and we are less prepared than ever. Thank you to the current administration. We have a lot to look forward to in the coming week. Hopefully, God willing, this doesn't happen. We need to pray for peace and pray that this does not pop off in the way that it looks like it's going to, because this could be a disaster for the entire world. You think things are bad now? You think things are bad in the Red Sea now? Wait until 2 large armies are involved. It's going to be a crisis like we've never seen before.
Why you can't fucking pay your bills right now? Why your shit is tight? Because these people stole the economy from you. And it's also that nobody can have any power. Like, bro, look how they tax us. They tax us with all this shit, but yet they print as much money as they need. So they take half of your money, and then they print whatever else they need, devaluing the rest of the money that you have. You see that?
Right.
But most people don't understand how that works, so they're not up in arms about it. If most people understood that these people are taxing us, and by the way, we're all taxed, when we add it all up, equal or more than half of our income. When we consider sales tax, the cost of ownership, of property tax, fucking tax when you buy shit, tax when you sell shit, income tax. Most people only think about income tax. But when you add it all together, you're paying over 50%, which means you're a slave to the government, okay? And then the money you're left with,
literally,
they are printing trillions of dollars on the backside, which means the money you get to keep isn't worth as much. And most people don't understand this basic reality of economics. And because they don't, they're...
Yo, he dropping gems right there. That's real.
Previous interview that you feel that Prince was murdered by Warner Brothers and Michael Jackson was murdered by Sony.
Yes.
For their music catalog.
Yes, without question. Michael Jackson owned, the rights to the Beatles. He owned a significant portion of Elvis's catalog. Who's more popular than them two guys in the world of white music? And a black man owns the rights. Sony Records deliberately sabotaged Michael Jackson's last album, Invincible, to guarantee that he would be into debt to the corporation, so he would have to pay them back by giving up the catalog. Okay? And ultimately, that's why he was murdered. He should have never came back to the Staples Centers to prepare for those concerts that he had lined up. Those concerts would have gave him the liquid cash to pay off his debt to Sony and keep his catalog. So in order to make sure you get the catalog back, you got to make sure that Michael never goes on tour to get the liquid cash. Michael wasn't broke. He just didn't have the liquid cash. He had the assets. He didn't have the liquid money. And from what I heard, the catalog is no longer in the Jackson family's possession. Sony.
Well, the catalog was partially sold, I believe, to Sony after his death. Well, but Michael Jackson, I guess at the time he was having some financial issues, but once he died and the state came in and cleaned up his finances, he became one of the richest dead celebrities on the planet.
Oh yeah. Well, he's the highest selling recording artist of all time. He sold more than 1 billion albums. No one else has ever done that. But the music industry functions like any other white racist society. It's get down to lay down. So Michael was murdered. He was murdered without no question. And Prince, who do you know? Here's the interesting thing about the Prince murder. He was sick with the flu, but he was riding his bike in the park a day or two before who do you know with the flu takes a ride in cold Minnesota, with the flu? Nonsense. Prince was murdered. They found him in the elevator, gasping for air, whatever the situation is. He was murdered too. And I think the problem that he made was he went back to the table to negotiate with Warner Brothers. They wanted to remix the Purple Rain 20 or 30 year anniversary album. He agreed to that. First of all, who calls you up and say, we want to give you your masters? That's the first question. Who calls anyone up and says, we want to give you your masters back? He's been fighting for his masters his whole career. All of a sudden, out the blue, you want to give him his masters? That was the Machiavellian give in order to take, to get back into Prince's life, find exactly what he was up to. Prince's death, Michael's death, was for the Beatles catalog and his share of Elvis's catalog. Prince was murdered for his unpublished material. They said Prince was almost like a Tupac, maybe even more than Tupac. They said Prince had enough unpublished material that you could release an album a year for the next 100 years. They didn't care about the Purple Rain. They want the unpublished material because that stuff is ultimately worth billions. You got to understand, Prince's fans are like no other fans. I know because I have an aunt who is a Prince fan. I mean, they are like no other fans. So you get your hands on a dead artist's unpublished material, it's jackpot. He was murdered for what had not been released yet. Michael was murdered for what he owned.
Well, you had mentioned Tupac also. You thought the Tupac was...
Oh, Tupac was murdered without question. Tupac. The FBI was had Tupac and Big, for that matter, under surveillance for at least a week prior to the murder. So that means even the murder was caught on tape by the FBI. Now, mind you, Pac was a serious threat. His mother was Afeni Shakur, former leader of the New York City Panthers. This is the same black woman who walked into a New York City federal courthouse pregnant with Tupac and defended herself and 20 other Panthers from that famous Panther 21 trial when they were charged with plotting to blow up federal buildings, which was nothing but a COINTELPRO setup. Pregnant with Pac, no legal experience. This black woman defends herself and all 20 of them, 21 of them walk out of prison. So naturally, the child of that has to be watched. Geronimo Pratt, his godfather, Mutulu Shakur, I believe possibly the stepfather. At the time of his death, he was working to politicize the Crips and the Bloods in LA. Tupac was a threat. The #1 selling rapper in the world, okay, is a revolutionary. They could not allow that. After he split from Death Row, Tupac was on his way to do some revolutionary things, so they cut him down before he could grow.
Music ain't been the same either. Man, you know what's crazy though? Hey, FBI, if y'all watching me, I ain't got no catalog. Ain't nothing stashed. I make my videos the same day. Just saying. So you can't get nothing from me. Ain't posting Right 7X videos every year for 100 years. That's crazy though, man. You know how the music industry works. It's literally like, you know, a money thing. You know, they don't really care about you as a person. Hey, whatever works. We're going to make sure we get the money at the end of the day.
Okay, something looked a little weird this morning in the sunrise. So I put my drone up to take a better look. Tell me if you think this is weird. Of course, I dropped the exposure.
2 lights.
Why is there what looks to be 2 suns? And I moved it around to see if it's just some kind of lens refraction. Usually it moves around like it does over here on this side, but it's showing 2. Why is that? It's April 7th. I'm in northern Indiana. And it sure looks like 2 light sources in the sky. Help me out here. I don't understand what's going on. But clearly I moved the drone around to see if maybe it is just something with the lens. I adjust the brightness and it still shows 2. Help me out. I'm hoping it's just like a camera issue, but it was shot on a DJI Mini 2. I don't know. There's a lot smarter people than I am. Tell me what this is.
Well, it ain't a mistake with your camera, man. I think we are in a binary star system. There's a lot of different things that are floating around our skies, and we don't really know what they are because they don't tell us. Could be, you know, a reflection off of the firmament, something like that. But I ultimately think that there is something else in the sky.
I can't make this shit up. I can't make this shit up. I just get home and it is at least, like, my bad, my camera sucked. My bad, I'm sucking my camera work, but look at all these geese at my house. Like, I can't make this up.
They're kicking it. It's a geese party.
There's 200 geese at my house. Oh, it's 400.
All the way back up.
It's 400. It's 400 geese. So we have the whole flock. Is this not the whole flock? The whole Waka Flocka Flame is out here. Shit. Look at this. It's never been this many. It's never been this many. Goodness gracious. 400. They finna go somewhere. Yeah, they finna dip or something. Look at this. This is about 600 geese outside my backyard.
Yeah,
what the fuck is going on?
It's more than 600.
Oh my goodness.
Yo, that is a lot of geese, man. That is crazy. I ain't never seen nothing like that.
So, I found a dragon. And I'm not even joking. And not only did I find a dragon, but I found a dragon in the United States the size of a state. Now, you might think I'm crazy, but if you watch this video, I'm going to provide you solid evidence to the point where you're going to know there were dragons. It all started a few days ago when my buddy Mike, who has this page on the gram, go follow him. He is brilliant and has so much awesome information, posted this. And those are people. So these are rock formations and those are people. So think how big that is. So Mike was mentioning in his post how the mainstream would never let us know how big dinosaurs actually were. And
don't those look like bricks? You know, if you look at it from that angle, it look like bricks.
he was saying these were scales from a giant dinosaur. But I was suspicious. I wasn't quite sold on what he was saying. Suspicious to the point where I wanted the coordinates. So Mike, like the good person he is, found me the coordinates. And just to show you a little bit more, all this rock formation goes on until the eye can't see. And that's a car, just so you get an idea of how big these are. So I got these coordinates and I put them in because I wanted to see these rock formations for myself. So I zoomed all the way in and I found these patterns, and they were everywhere, and they just go on forever and forever. And that's a car, just so you can get a scale again here. And just look at these. They're forever, forever. And they're all just like the squareness of them. They're too coincidental to what a reptile scale looks like to me. So what I wanted to do was I saw this and then I wanted to zoom out and see if I can get a bigger thing, but I didn't see anything. Didn't see anything. And I was like, I give up. And then all of a sudden, there it was. Now you might not see it at first, but I promise you, you will.
Snap, I see.
So look at
that's Charizard. Do y'all see that? Do y'all see it before he explains it? Let me know if y'all see it. I see Charizard right there. I see some wings. I see the face. Yo, we had dragons here? Like huge dragons the size of states. This has got my mind buzzing right now. Like, you know how we're supposedly in the firmament, right? And we only know these certain continents right here. What if, the firmament, if it was to open up, and, there's like probably tons of land out there, different areas, and there's different beings and giants and stuff. But what if, the land was crazy back in the day, and that's why they put the firmament up so that we could, be kind of safe from these things. Because if a dragon come around like that right now, like, bro, we all toast literally, like one little cough and it's going to burn cities.
the red. We're looking at the red here. Here's a wing, okay? So a giant wing. Here's its torso going up to its neck, and then its head is right here. And then another wing, and then so we got body, wing, neck, and then I'm gonna show you its head, and it's crazy. All right, so I really want you to see this. And over here is the head. So I circled the head. Here's its mouth around. Literally the mouth opening is right here. Here's its eye. So here's its big head. Here's an outline. Found the best looking dragon to what it looked like. But you can see in the blue outline, the blue, you can see the wings. And then its head goes up and around. And the part to the very top right is the head here. Now watch this. All right, so here's the whole thing. Wing. I'm gonna zoom in on the head here and just wait till you see this. Okay, so here's its head. Here would be its bottom jaw. Look, you can literally see its teeth.
Teeth, huh?
Even molars here. And then look at this. More teeth over here, but wait till I show you what I found. And I found this after I saw this. Look at the name of the trail by the giant dragon head. Black Dragon Canyon Trailhead. Guys, they put the truth right in plain sight. The Dragon's Head, Dragon Trail. So just to compare the rock formations to a crocodile. Suspiciously similar, right? So again, I just really want you to see that those rock formations look exactly like what petrified crocodile scales would look like. Exactly. And these scales go on forever. literally forever. Miles and miles and miles. Now here's where it gets even crazier. There's a place up here around where the dragon's chest would be called Fern's Nipple. And I want to show you this place. Okay, so here it is from an overhead view, and it literally looks like a nipple, and you can see all these scale patterns again. Now let me show it to you from the side view. All right, so it clearly looks like what it's being called, and it happens to be right in that chest area of the dragon. Now I think if people were to ever think of dragons for real, they wouldn't think that dragons had nipples. But there was all sorts of crossbreeding animals going on back before the flood with the fallen angels, literally crossbreeding humans with different animals to try to get different species. So I'm not discounting this part of it at all, especially when I look at what ferns comes from. There just happens to be something called a wyvern, and fern, vern, wyvern, it sounds very similar to me. And a wyvern is a type of mythical dragon with 2 legs and 2 wings and a pointed tail, which is said to be a venomous stinger. So, are they telling us truth in plain sight, as they always do? And again, are they putting that truth in plain sight in books and even in alcoholic beverages called dragon's milk? You tell me. Now, you might think all this is crazy, but the dragon, it's been mentioned everywhere since the beginning of written history. And the Bible is mentioned 35 times. It's one of the 12 zodiac signs of the Chinese calendar, and you're telling me they just picked 11 real animals and 1 fictional one? It was also even in the dictionary pre-1936 as listed as now rare. Dragons, now rare. Now, if you haven't researched any of the history of the hidden giants and titans of the world, like these guys, or this one, or these, or even some of these crazy ones in this giant petrified tree, well, then I could understand why you can't see this outline of this wing here with its neck going to its head, with the fern's nipple and the wing here coming down to its tail. Maybe you need to look a little harder, and maybe you need to research a little more. But to me, I know what I see, and it's clear as day to me. And if you can't understand why they would hide these guys from us, well, because it crashes down their narrative of evolution and the Big Bang and dinosaurs and the globe and everything. And it legitimizes the Bible. So you can go on believing that dinosaurs existed 65 million years ago, or you can do some research and realize these are the guys that really existed. And they were as big as the state of Florida. But as always, guys, this was just a big elaborate hoax. I'm just here to entertain you guys. Yeah, I just think this is a guy from a cartoon movie called The Hobbit that they turned into a movie from a book, and it's all just lies. Just entertain and make people imagine this fantasy world, all for entertainment.
If you are a babysitter, or maybe you just babysit here and there, you might not want to listen to this story. And if you're still here, don't say I didn't warn you. So there's this girl who babysits pretty much a lot of the kids in her neighborhood, and she's so good with the kids, so much so that one of the moms recommended her to one of her friends that lives outside of the neighborhood. She ends up telling her friend, like, oh, she's so trustworthy, she does really good with my kids, and gives her the girl's information. Of course, the mom calls the girl, and the girl's like, okay, sure, yeah, I'll babysit your daughter. So the day comes where she's gonna babysit the little girl. She goes to the house and she starts telling us that the house is gorgeous. It's 2-story, there's a garden, and it's beautiful. And when she walks in, she introduces herself to the mom and dad. And the mom and dad talk, and they're like, okay, well, she seems trustworthy, so we're gonna go ahead and hire her. And they introduce her to the little girl, and the little girl is around 5 or 6 years old. So they walk the babysitter around, they show her where the rooms are, where the restroom is, the TV. They tell her like what time the kid needs to go to sleep, and if she can like bathe her before bed. She agrees to everything. There's no problems, and then she was left alone with the little girl. So the babysitter said that there was nothing weird or strange about that little girl, other than the fact that she was carrying this like life-size doll with her everywhere. She said that the doll wasn't even ugly or like scary or anything like that, but it was like just as big as her, and that little girl kept referring to that doll as her best friend. And she only thought it was weird because obviously little kids play with toys and dolls, whatever. The reason why she thought it was weird is because the little girl would want to play games with the babysitter, and she would stop and be like, oh, my best friend wants to play too. Like, okay, the way she would say it, I guess, was the weird part, but she would always include the doll. It didn't matter if the babysitter wanted to do something else. She'd be like, okay, my best friend wants to play too. She said that afterwards, they were like, okay, let's draw. And she was drawing and she noticed how that little girl, she would draw. And after she was done, she would give that crayon or pencil to her best friend, the doll, and she would grab the doll's hand and draw for her. And at that moment she was like, okay, well, maybe this little girl doesn't have a lot of friends. Maybe she's still in that stage where she has imaginary friends. So after a while, it comes time to where she needs to go take a bath and go to sleep. So she bathes the little girl, and once they're done, the little girl's like, oh, I'm not sleepy though. Can we play a game? Can we play hide and go seek? Why is it always hide and go seek? Right. Hell no, get your ass to bed right now. But the babysitter tells her, no, like, it's too late and your parents gave me a specific time for you to go to sleep. And the little girl was like, no, please, let's play hide and go seek. And the babysitter's like, okay, let's play hide and go seek for a little bit, and once we're done, you're going to bed. So the little girl's like, okay, let's play, but can my doll play too? You know, her best friend. And that's when the babysitter was like, no, how can she play? She can't move. Like, what about me and you play and we'll leave the doll in this chair? And that chair was in the hallway, the one that like goes to all the bedrooms. So they left her in the hallway on that chair and she was like, let's play me and you. So they start the game and the little girl had a count and she's like, I'm gonna hide somewhere where she can find me easily because I want this game to end so that she can go to bed. So little girl counts, she hides, and then once she's done, she finds her easily. And now the little girl's like, okay, now it's your turn to count and I'm going to hide. So she goes to the living room, puts her head down on the coffee table, and starts a count, and she can hear that little girl running up the stairs to the second floor. So when she's done counting, she's like, well, I know she went up the stairs, so she's probably hiding in the room. So as she's walking up the stairs, she's like, I'm coming, I'm gonna find you. She starts saying it because obviously she knows that the little girl's up there. So she says that she wasn't really thinking about anything other than, well, I'm gonna find the girl because I know she came up here. So as she's going slowly towards the bedroom, she can see that the little girl went under the bed. So now since she knows that the little girl went under the bed, she starts playing around a little bit. She's like, I know where you are, I'm gonna find you, you can't hide from me. She walks around the bed because she knows that the little girl can see her feet, and she picks up the blanket and says, found you. And under the bed was the doll.
Oh, no.
Not the little girl. Why do I have goosebumps right now? She said that in that moment, because she stayed there for like, you know, a little minute, like what the fuck, she hears steps behind her, turns around, and it's the little girl. I'm not kidding, I have goosebumps right now. So at that point, you know, babysitter's scared and she tells the little girl, where did you go? And the little girl's like, well, I stayed downstairs and I went to go hide. And she was like, what do you mean you hid down there? Why is your doll up here under the bed? And that little girl was like, oh, she always does that. She always does that. Could have told me from the beginning. She always does that. The fact that when she was counting, she heard those footsteps go. The doll was a life-size doll. I'm never babysitting in my life again.
A little Chucky.
Oh, shit! Something's moving in there. I knew I saw somebody walk across that window. They're in there. They're in there.
It's too dark to live out there. Nah. We good on
Chris,
that.
they're trying to go out the back. They're trying to go out the back. Do we get in the car?
Should we be out here? I don't know.
I'm just saying, like, do we shine the lights in there and then get in the car? What do we do? Voice of reason. What are you gonna? What are you thinking? There is well, that would be either a.
I saw lights going.
Oh. All right, Chris. We just need to walk nice and diligently. Can skinwalkers emit light? Do you see what I'm saying?
What would happen if all the humans on Earth disappeared tomorrow? After around a week, all the domesticated pets would pass away from starvation. Within the first month, all the lights on Earth would turn off, leaving the remaining animals with a beautiful view of the stars. After just 1 month, all nuclear power plants would have experienced a meltdown due to overheating. After around 50 years, nature will have reclaimed most of the cities. After 50,000 years, large plastic goods will finally start breaking down completely. After 100,000 years, all the satellites will have burnt up in the atmosphere. 2 million years later, and the oceans will have finally recovered from human-induced climate change. After 5 million million years, the pyramids will have completely eroded. And finally, our radio signals will continue traveling throughout the galaxy forever. Long after we're gone, they might be the only remaining trace of our humanity anywhere in the universe.
You told me to watch Kidnapped in your last live and it ruined me. That's fair because this home invasion film is brutal. Like, we're talking up there with Funny Games. But hey, as this account grows, the more I get told that I am disingenuous, so take it from my buddy Chuck.
So I seen a review for this fucking film on Justin's page over at Slasher Talk, and we really need to have a talk with this fucking kid because he is a sick unit, and this fucking movie, I feel like I need to take a fucking shower. I feel dirty. I feel there's no way I'm recommending this to anybody or gonna say that I liked it. Am I glad I watched it? Yes. This is like brutal with a capital fucking B.
So 1, go follow Chuck, and 2, go watch Kidnapped. There's an English dubbed version for those of you that don't like subtitles. That's available on Shudder. But the full Spanish version, I believe, is still on Tubi and YouTube. Have a good time.
Did you know that there's 3 things that will be revealed after our deaths that exist now? What do you mean? What? There is a letter from Queen Elizabeth written to the mayor of Sydney, and she says, please don't open this letter until 2085. And it's like hidden in it's being held in a like secret vault in Sydney, Australia.
Interesting. Wow.
It was signed Elizabeth. Is it going to be revealed like something big? But then there's a movie called 100 Years, the movie you'll never see.
Oh.
But it's starring John Malkovich, and it's to be released in theaters or to the public in 2115.
That's
It filmed in
bogus.
2015, and no one will see it until 100 years goes by.
Lame.
What if they know
Bogus.
exactly what happens to us and they just made it?
What
into
if
a
John
movie?
Malkovich is a time traveler?
Weird.
And then the last thing, which was super weird, Jackie Kennedy's bloody pink suit, the suit that she was wearing when JFK was shot, it's been held in a vault, secret. Like, no one's allowed to see it. And they said they will release it to the public October 26, 2103.
Weird. Why? Why?
2103.
Don't know.
In this last video, a person named Josh Fletch is exploring a penitentiary that is believed to be haunted. Along with some friends, Josh checks out the cells and other sites inside the building. But when Josh decides to go upstairs by himself to check the cells above, something pretty creepy is caught on camera. Take a look.
I may or may not have climbed up because there's no stairs.
Upon arriving at the last cell, the silhouette of a person
You see that?
or something can
Yo.
be seen inside. Josh was immediately shaken to his core when he saw the dark figure standing there. Although neither Josh nor his friends have any clue as to what he saw, they can't help but feel that something paranormal had appeared. One theory is that the ghost of an inmate was caught on camera, but who knows? What exactly did Josh see inside the jail cell?
I don't know, but I would have been scared in the mud.
No. Wait. Wait.
If you like movies where people are trapped specifically in an elevator, then I have a really good recommendation for you that will make you super claustrophobic. So let's talk about it. This one's called Down, and it's about a girl named Jennifer and a guy named Guy who work in the same building, and they leave late one day and they enter the same elevator. They make small talk on the way down, but then the elevator stops due to the storm that's outside.
The perfect storm, right?
Did we just stop? With no cell service, they're worried that they'll be trapped in there over the long holiday weekend. I love single location movies, especially if it takes place in a small space like an elevator or a room. There's just something so unsettling and creepy about these type of movies. Just by adding that claustrophobic element just adds to the intensity and unsettlingness of the situation. There are some other elements that come into play that make the situation more dark and more time sensitive. I don't want to give any spoilers away, but it just gets really intense. Jennifer's character did drive me crazy towards the end just by some of the little cliche horror movie mistakes that she makes, but I still really did enjoy this one. If you've seen this one, let me know what you thought about it. If not, you can find this one on Hulu, and let me know if you check it out.
If you get a feeling,
Just like imagine making an entire movie in just an elevator. Just in that one room. The whole movie. You know? I feel like I can make a movie like that.
Like somebody's watching you at night. This could be why. A YouTube user by the name Mr. Spouter has been waking up to strange sounds around his house late at night. And after looking around but finding no one, he decides to record a video to see if he can capture whatever's in his house.
Yo, there's something up there, ain't it? Did y'all see that?
He doesn't notice. But inside his spare room, a dark figure can be
Yeah,
seen
did y'all see
watching
that?
him. Did Mistress Spouter come face to face with an intruder? Or could it be something evil showing itself to him?
Video, a man is staying at a cabin with his fiancée in an undisclosed location which looks to be in the middle of the woods. He and his fiancée are renting the cabin out from his uncle and are staying there together for the time being. And for the last few weeks, something has been disturbing them during the late hours of the night. They have been hearing banging noises, scratching and growling, but have never caught a glimpse of who or what could be causing it. That is until one night when they start to hear banging and he decides to record this video.
February 9th, 2019, and I'm here with my fiance, and there's been this... Come on, baby. There's been this, like... No, stay there, don't come over here. I don't know what the fuck it is. There's been this thing... I don't know. Do you hear that? There's been this... Someone or something is outside and they've been fucking... They've been fucking with us.
Oh, nah. Oh, nah. Yo. Can you imagine that? Just being stuck in a cabin at night and you start hearing noises like that, man? Like some Stranger Things type stuff? I don't know what I would do.
They've been fucking with us for weeks now. We're renting this cabin out from one of our family friends, my uncle. What the fuck is that? It's been making noise for weeks now. There's another house down there, but I don't like this.
Nah, we moving. The next morning, if we make it to the next morning.
I don't like this at all. Do you think it has to know we're here? That's...
I'm boarding up the windows.
Did it just knock? I'm gonna shut the lights off.
Oh, heck no, you tripping.
I have to go out there.
Why?
I have to.
Why?
Baby, come hold my phone. Just hold the camera. I've gotta go out there. Or, fuck it, I'll take the camera with me. Does this flashlight work? It does, okay.
You ain't got no weapon, no nothing, no bat, no stick.
What? I love you. Shut the door and lock it as soon as I go out here. Okay? I love you.
You crazy.
Don't lock it, please. I'm scared. I don't know what the fuck it is. Hello? Fuck this. Fuck this. It's naked. Baby.
Did I hear that noise? Oh, no.
Go away!
Yep. I'm screaming. We grabbing weapons. We get ready for war. At this point, what? Anything come in, I'm destroying it.
Baby.
We staying up all night. He crying. She ain't did nothing.
Go away! Baby, hold the camera. I'm gonna be right back, okay? Fuck, where's the rifle? I am good! We're calling the police! Use your phone and call the cops, please. I have a gun.
I ain't saying none of that. You come in here, you getting smoked. I'm gonna say I got a bat, and then I'm gonna have a gun.
What? Kim.
Girl, get the camera. We trying to see what's going on.
It's coming. It's gray. It's tall, and it's fucking skinny, and it's gray. And it has no facial features, it just has eyes.
Oh, snap.
Eyes and slits for nose.
One of them tall grays, huh?
Skin. It has no hair, it's just skin.
I ain't looking out the windows.
Fuck this! We're going home.
All sorts of strange sounds can be heard coming from all around the cabin.
Did it just knock?
And when he first goes outside, he sees nothing. But as he arms himself and hands the phone over to his fiancée, he goes outside one more time. And he says he saw a tall and skinny grey humanoid figure with no facial features besides eyes and slits for a nose. And its body is all skin with no hairs. Many viewers believe it's a skinwalker. But to me, the description kind of sounds like a grey alien.
Straight up.
Tall, grey and skinny, whose main facial feature is the eyes. And the nose looks like slits, and the mouth would be too small for him to see in the dark. But who knows?
The last video of a serial killer before being caught by the police, and it's terrifying.
So today, it's time to do a YouTube tutorial.
Oh, no, look at his feet.
And super excited, because I love to get subscribe when people subscribe and like. So I'm going to pick the perfect tutorial to do today. What's it going to be? Today's tutorial, you need, ow, okay. This is the tutorial now. This is a can. This is my YouTube. This is my YouTube account, Alan Tutorial, and Alan Tutorial shows people how to weatherize a hole. So first step in the tutorial is take a can.
Never do this. The opening
That mother was insane or something. What kind of can was that?
of the back rooms has been discovered, and it sends shivers down your spine. A YouTuber named Josh and his friends recently found the entrance to the back rooms, and they went inside. I'll explain everything in the video, but before that, don't forget that I can only protect my subscribers who have commented their favorite sport, liked, and watched until the end. If you click on share, then on more, and you see a blue radio app, it means someone is spying on you. Josh is a 20-year-old YouTuber, and he discovered something everyone thought was fake, but in reality, it is indeed the backrooms, and he is going to infiltrate this unusual place without imagining that he would soon no longer be able to leave this evil place. In the video, we see that they are playing inside, doing rolls and touching everything, but they did not realize the risks they were taking because once inside, it's over for them, and since the day of posting the videos, we have not heard from him again. If you've stayed until here, comment the word backrooms.
I wonder if that was real. Oh no, I'm out of here.
There's a guy named Urbix Hill who explores abandoned places. A place that he went to recently was a Masonic temple that's been abandoned for 40 years. As he was checking out the temple, this happens.
Oh gosh, that's nasty as
Dang, that's messed up. Yep, I'm out of there at that point. Yep. Oh, no. Yep, I'm out of there. Yep, we gone.
With activity like this, is this place really abandoned?
They broke the seal. Then the yokai was released. A group of Japanese explorers were exploring an abandoned town when they came across a forbidden-to-enter cave that was sealed off by many talismans. Curious as to what's inside, they traverse the cave, and that's when they knock over the object that was containing an evil spirit. They see the creepy face of a woman with long hair which appears to be just hanging off from the wall, and they get terrified. But what happens next is what's truly scary. One of the guys appears to have injured his arm inside the cave. And once again, we can see the same creepy face peeking out from inside the cave.
I'm out of there. I'm about chasing him. Heck, nah.
The creepy creature can be seen hanging on the side of a tree briefly before hunting down the survivors one by one. So is this a real yokai spirit? Let me know what you think.
People who live streamed their passings, part 5. This brings us to 23-year-old Helen Nyabudo. Helen was a healthcare worker from Kenya. She moved to Canada in 2018, and her family says she was the person entirely responsible for all the financial stuff of the whole family. She was staying at a hotel in Chatsworth on August 18th of 2022, and she'd tell her boyfriend she was going down to the pool to relax after her morning shift, and she would soon start a Facebook live stream that you're seeing now. So for a lot of the live stream, everything would be fine and she'd just be laughing, having a good time. But at around 10 minutes and 33 seconds, she would go over into the deeper end of the pool and start drowning. She would be seen and heard thrashing around and screaming for help. And at around 11 minutes and 54 seconds, it would go silent. In the next couple hours, the guests would start to get suspicious as they were seeing from a distance her body, but to them, they couldn't tell if it was real or if it was just something floating around. They soon got more suspicious and alerted the office. After this, authorities would come and it would be confirmed that it was her lifeless body. Her brother went on to say that she had a charming smile and she was full of life, but the hotel she was staying at made no comment on the tragedy.
There is a monster lurking in Mongolia. This is the Mongolian death worm, and according to legend, this creature is said to exist in the far reaches of the Gobi Desert. In 1926, paleontologist Roy Chapman Andrews was in Mongolia when he heard many secondhand accounts from locals warning of the death worm. It's said to mainly live underground, but will surface to hunt. It's been described as being dark red in color, having a mouth full of razor-sharp teeth, is anywhere from 2 to 7 feet long, and it is to be avoided at all costs. The death worm is said to have the ability to spit venom at its prey, mainly livestock and humans, which is corrosive enough to burn through metal. And it's been reported to have the ability to electrocute its victims from a distance as well. In fact, one of Mongolia's former prime ministers was once quoted as saying that its skin is so poisonous that merely touching it means you're done for. Now, legends of this cryptid actually inspired stories like Dune and Tremors. And although many explorers have gone to the Gobi Desert to prove its existence, no proof exists just yet. If it is real, some think that it could be something like a misidentified worm lizard or sand boa. But what do you think? Make sure to leave a comment and let me know what cryptid you want to hear about next.
This is the most haunted jail in the country, and if you don't believe us, tune into the live right now. Cells doors slam on their own, shadow figures run and peek at this who entered this jail and do their best to scare them out for good. Tune in to the scariest live right now.
Urban legend in India, Tale of the Munochwa. This tale originated in Kanpur. This violent creature preyed at night and is said to scratch your face and then leave you to die. The story of this creature was prominent in the early 2000s. Many villagers complain of being attacked by this creature. Appearance of this creature varies. Some say it is fuzzy with soulless eyes, while others claims it looked like a giant insect. Physicians who were called to investigate claimed that the attacks were self-inflicted using fingernails, forks, and other things. Also, most of the victims were apparently unaware of what they had done.
If you're thinking about ignoring your gut instinct, don't. Here are 3 reasons why you should trust it. TikTok user Alien92 said that one time while sitting in a Kroger's parking lot, she locked eyes with the cute guy walking out of the store. For a split second, she thought that he was good looking. Then, she said she instantly felt this evilness to him, just by looking into his eyes. It all happened in seconds, but it felt like slow motion. She immediately locked the doors and felt uneasy. A couple of days after that, he was on the news. It was found out that he was a serial killer, and he had killed 2 boys by setting them on fire. Reddit user KingXHesh said that he started dating a girl, and everything about
she
her...
look crazy. I'm just, whoa. Don't that just look crazy to y'all? How could you date some... Hey, how you doing? Nah, get out of my face.
Threw him off. But he said that he had been such a terrible guy to girls before, so he decided to give her a fair chance. One day, she came out and told him that she had cancer, and eventually he was dropping her off at chemo, driving her to work, getting her extra pain meds, etc. Later on, he said that he found out she never had cancer, and that she was sleeping with her ex-boyfriend, who lived...
Nice guys always finish last. Dang, that's messed up, man. He was just trying to be a good guy.
...lived behind the hospital. Reddit user Jen Con Green said that she used to work at a bank, and there was this couple that did their banking there. It was a very small town, and everyone knew everyone. So the girl, who she said was very nice, met the guy online. Jen said that from her very first experience with him, he was off. She just had this feeling that something wasn't right with him. When she had to do his banking transactions alone, when his girlfriend wasn't with him, she said that she just wanted to crawl under a desk. One day, after they had been together for about 6 months, his girlfriend was at work, and he was at home with her daughter. The daughter, for whatever reason, wouldn't stop crying. He stabbed her multiple times because she wouldn't stop. Jen said that the daughter lived, although it was a long road. He is in prison now, and Jen said that she trusts her instincts when they tell her that something isn't right about a person.
That's
So you've probably heard of the 27 Club, but you probably haven't heard of the real-life curse behind it. What if I told you that the first person who joined the 27 Club made a deal with the devil? And I only know about all this because of all the research I had to do for this week's episode on scary legends from the South. So Robert Johnson was one of the best blues musicians in the world when he was poisoned at just 27 years old. And though his death was shocking to many, a lot of people said that it was because the devil was coming to collect on a deal they had made. So the legend goes that after Robert's wife died during childbirth, he went to a crossroads in the area where it was rumored the devil liked to hang out. And there he found a well-dressed man in a suit which he knew was the devil. He got down on his knees and asked the devil to make him the best blues musician in the entire world. He felt that was all he had after his wife died. So the devil took the guitar from Robert, tuned it, and then added another string to it. He handed the guitar back to Robert, basically saying, if you take this guitar, you'll be the best blues musician in the world, but your soul will be mine. But Robert still took the guitar, and the rest was history. 7 years later, at the age of 27 years old, he passed out while playing the guitar on stage. He had been poisoned by a jealous man who knew that Robert was sleeping with his wife. In this week's episode, I get a little bit more into the context of the time and why people really thought that Robert had made the deal with the devil. That and other terrifying stories from the South, so it's worth a listen if you have a chance.
This haunted building has scared us out of the building due to how terrifying the paranormal activity is that occurs here. Cells' doors slamming on their own is just a portion of the things that happen here. The angry spirits who reside in this jail will do anything in their power to get you out of this building, and will even scratch and physically shove those who enter their cells. And tonight, live on TikTok. If we get all of our gift goals, one of us will travel multiple blocks away from this jail to the haunted speakeasy that is just down the street, where people have reported the most uneasy feeling they have ever felt, and even shadow figures darting and lurking around them. This might just be the scariest night of our lives, due to how alone we might be in these scary haunted buildings. So tune into the TikTok live stream on our profile right now.
Spirit Stalkers. I might have to check that out one day. Are they on YouTube?
A woman arrives home one night to see something strange in the window of her home.
So, me and my kid just got back from eating dinner, and my bedroom light is on, which is strange because I don't remember leaving it on.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I'm sure I didn't leave it on. Come on. Listen, I'm gonna walk inside real fast. I want you to wait out here for me.
I'll stay right by the door.
Yeah, I want you. Oh my god.
Somebody in there.
Somebody broke into her. Yeah. I don't know.
Mom, go.
Oh no,
Oh.
I need to just turn the light off.
Jaden, yeah, it is. Go next door. Go next door and get your icy, okay? If you hear me scream, y'all hear me scream, call 911. Okay?
Nope.
Oh no, the light went off when she was in there.
Girl, there ain't nothing back there, I'm telling you.
Straight up the comment. It's funny.
Nothing back there, right? I told you. There's never. Oh my god! 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 Oh my god!
When comparing the silhouette of her daughter to the one seen earlier, she realizes that the figure in the window appeared to be misshapen or not a human figure at all.
Okay, so. Walk, baby. I know there's no room. Walk back the other way.
She says no room to walk.
Yeah, I definitely feel like I can tell you have a head, like you're a person. Okay, thank you. Hello.
Despite this discovery, many viewers were shocked at the fact that she did not immediately call the cops, and they were even more disturbed when both her and her daughter decided to enter the property. Could this be a real paranormal occurrence, or is it simply a well-orchestrated hoax? What do you believe?
Being a lifelong fan of Jason Voorhees, I'm ashamed to admit that I had never watched this incredible fan film, but I can happily say that I fixed that, and I'd love to tell you all about it. But first, I'm Ian Van Gool. Hit that follow button for daily horror movie content and movie reviews, and today, we're talking about 2017's Never Hike Alone. A hiker's survival skills are put to the test when he stumbles upon the remains of an old abandoned camp and discovers its long, dark secrets. So this is 54 minutes of Camp Crystal Lake fun that does not disappoint. The acting is solid, and the film's director, Vincent DeSanti, also plays Jason Voorhees, and honestly, he's pretty fucking good in the role. His fan film was made with love and respect for the franchise, and I'd say it's better than the majority of the actual films. This isn't just another hack-and-slash Jason film. It's a really cool cat-and-mouse concept that ends in a pretty satisfying way. It looks pretty good, and the makeup effects were solid. I definitely recommend checking it out if you haven't already. You can watch it free right now at wompstompfilms.com, and if you've seen Never Hike Alone, let me know what you think of it in the comments.
Wompstompfilms.com. Shout out to them.
But thanks for watching, and check back later today for a review of the prequel short film, Never Hike in the Snow. Hope to see you then.
These two guys lost their little sister, and 4 months later, he found her in terrible conditions.
कुछ हो नहीं रहा लग रहा है मेरे को अपने अभी नहीं कार तो बहुत दूर खड़ी है वो अगली बार गन चलाएंगे हाथ में रखेंगे इंसान होगा तू बोल जाएगा नहीं बोले भाई मर जाएगा और तो क्या होगा कोई अमन हाँ हाँ ये है क्या ये मैं आग बुझ जाएगी अपनी आगे बढ़ रहा है मामा आगे बढ़ रहा है आग आगे बढ़ रहा है जैसे आग कम हो रही है आगे बढ़ रहा है चलो मामा चलो हाँ पीछे दो कदम पीछे दो मामा आपकी नहीं लग जाओ आप पीछे जाओ मामा आग बुझ जाएगी अपनी
What the heck?
Not even in the movie. She just did this as a modeling gig before her acting career took off. Now you do.
She was out fishing late at night when she hears this. A woman by the name Megan was out fishing by a dock late one night when she begins to hear what sounds like a faint voice calling out to her.
I was out here fishing and sirens came from this island. I swear to God, I have it on video. I'm gonna play it shortly. Did you catch that, guys? Okay. For real though, my cast is gonna be gone. And she's nothing on your hook. I have a worm.
A raspy voice can be heard saying, "Help me," but as she looked around, she couldn't find anyone. Due to the similarity to human speech, Megan believed she was being lured by a siren. Many sailors tell tales of sirens luring them into the waters using their voices, then drowning them. So could it be that Megan captured the voice of a siren on camera? Let me know what you think.
They released animals to the world, fam. What? It's out right now? Open that shit. It's out right now. This is where it's about to get spooky. Okay, bro. This is where it's about to get spooky, bro. Listen. So, I was watching the video, right? I'm already intrigued. Yeah. He's talking about the Annabelle stuff. He's going through all of these other, I guess, like, cursed objects and shit, right? Bro, there's this one, like, they call it an idol. It was found in a forest somewhere in the States, right? This hunter. Bro, I hear noises. I swear to God, bro. So this happened in the States. You know Sandy Hook last year? Yeah. It happened, like, around the area. In this forest, this hunter came across this idol, right? And when he first saw it, he knew right away, like, something was wrong. Now, the moment he walked away from it, a man with really short white hair and a cropped white beard started walking beside him. Just not even talking to him, just started walking with him. So they were walking together for like 5 minutes. And all of a sudden...
Oh, man, all of a sudden, what, man? I hate when the TikToks cut off like that, man. But yeah, these are some of the most scary and creepy TikToks that are out there. If you like the content, don't forget to subscribe, turn your notification bells on, and until next time, YouTube, peace.